streaming. No reason to delay. I'll minimize Skype. Now, how am I supposed to keep track of the chat?
You're just going to have it open in a separate window in your second monitor or something. That's all you can really do. That's what I have to do.
Why does it say I am live, but that I am also offline?
Again, it's just updating. It's slow.
Can I help you, Kitty? Can I have my body back? I need that for things.
Oh, hey, Ray's here.
Oh, Ray showed up? Cool. Hello, Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Are raspberries red?
Kind of a reddish purple, crimson thing.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna refresh YouTube real quick. Because for some reason it's not showing me the playback.
Yeah, and it's not showing up for me that you're live either.
Wait, really?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it should show up, yeah.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of fuzzy on my end though. But
well,
it's adjusting.
You're gonna get some loss of quality.
Especially on YouTube, with the way its compression works. So.
Yeah.
Okay, let me move the game to the... How am I supposed to do this so I can see the chat and the game at the same time?
Again, you're just going to have to figure out a way to do it. Because... Oh, actually, hold on. Let me see if I can actually help you out, maybe. Hold on. Maybe... Is there a way to pop out the chat from YouTube?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, if you could just pop out the chat, that'd be easiest.
Pop out chat. There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Now I can just put that over here. Okay, which of you is rapidly tapping the button?
That would be me. I'm trying to place power. While I'm waiting for you to get to the point where we can actually do stuff.
Hold on. There seems to be an issue. Another one.
What's wrong?
Uh-oh.
The game's volume is coming out of my speakers.
Not your headphones? Okay.
Not my headphones, yes.
Yeah.
Output device is my headset. That's what it's set to. Do I have to... Let me restart the game.
Okay.
I seem to recall the original Dark Souls having this issue. Where if I start the game up before I tell it to use my headset, then, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well, we gotta test it. You know, we gotta make sure that it works. That's how it is. Has Ray actually chatted anything?
Yeah, he said, yep, it's a pain in the butt, and hello.
Hooray. Hooray, hooray.
Okay, now I made a test character real quick, and I defeated the first boss with the fire bombs. So, you know, I still got it.
I just made a character real quick too, so you know I'm good to go when you are.
I'm gonna make a new character. I'm actually just going to make another test character, just so I can show that Easter egg off at the first boss.
Oh, interesting news. Keith is here too.
Hello, Keith.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
He hasn't posted anything.
Yeah, he said something to me on Discord. On his lunch lulls with a Z.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over the character creation in more detail real quick. How many people are watching? Because the chat box doesn't tell me that.
It's best not to really worry about who's watching. Otherwise, become obsessed with it. Like I.
Okay,
Four watching now, but one of those is me. So
okay, well, for anyone who watches this later, then I'm gonna go over the character options. So you got your classes, pretty much all classes do is determine your starting equipment and starting stats. But all of that stuff can be changed later. Your class affects nothing past the start of the game. If you want a real challenge, there's a deprived character which starts with crap and all of its stats are equal.
I.e. the get good class.
And the Pyromancer is the character that everyone chooses if they want to do a level 1 run, because it's the only class that starts at level 1 for some reason.
It is also an incredibly good starting class.
Yeah, because every single game in the Souls series has one thing that makes it broken. Like, sorcery was broken in Demon Souls. In Dark Souls 1, Pyromancy is broken. Not as broken as vanilla Dark Souls, but even after the patches, it's still the most powerful thing in this game.
It used to be kind of rivaled with, before the DLC came out on the console version and before the Prepare to Die edition on PC, the high-end lightning miracles were fucking insane.
Well, they were also insane pre-patched Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Is that too?
Yeah, God, they were so good. But then they made them okay, so now it's less fun.
Hi, Keith. Yeah, but the rest of these classes are, you know, pretty self-explanatory, except for the Thief. The Thief is unique in that it starts with the Master Key, which is normally something that you have to choose yourself from the list of gifts. So the Thief is pretty good. You can get an extra gift, but for the love of God, don't pick a Thief and also pick the Master Key as your gift.
Because then you just get 2 of them.
2 Master Keys will do you no good.
I'll be right back, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the knight, just to show this stuff off. Doesn't really matter. As for the gift, the sad thing about Dark Souls is that most of these gifts are useless. The Tiny Being's ring is not that great of a ring at any point in the game.
Did they fix its description?
Special Tribal Ring grants small increased HP.
Yeah, they fixed it.
Oh, I guess they did fix it.
Yeah, nice.
Huh. Yeah. The Old Witch's Ring is an item that allows you to understand a character that speaks a different language in the game, but you can get it yourself later on, so there's no point in keeping it now. The Master Key is the one that everyone picks. It allows you to open several doors in the game that you would normally have to wait a long time to open. So, it allows you to take a lot more different paths. And
is it a big deal that I didn't take the Master Key?
No, because for the purpose of this playthrough, we're gonna be going through the game in the intended order.
All right.
So we'll be going to the Undead Burg first. The pendant is the best starting item. If you're playing this game for the first time, I highly recommend picking the pendant. I mean,
it is pretty wonderful.
For a long time, people couldn't figure out what the big deal with the pendant was, but the developer of this game assured us that it was the best.
Yes.
So, pick the pendant, and you're gonna have a great time. Just trust me on that one.
Oh!
The binoculars are actually the worst starting item, because you only need one. You can't lose it, you can't break it, and you find the binoculars at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it's pointless. It's so pointless.
You find it after the tutorial, before you even had to fight a second boss.
I think any of the starting gifts that are consumables are bad ideas, except for the black fire bombs.
The black fire bomb is good for one reason and one reason only, and it's for the first boss. Because the first boss, there's 2 ways to kill it. You can either kill it the intended way, which I'll show you on my second character, or you can get the black fire bombs and kill it right away, and you'll get a special item that you would normally have to wait till New Game Plus to get. So that's what I'm going to take. Goddess's Blessing is this game's version of the Final Fantasy Elixir. It's so powerful that no one ever uses it.
Well, also because you don't get enough of them. That's the reason.
That's the other reason. Yeah, I mean, if you had an infinite supply of goddesses' blessings, if there was a way to farm them, then more people would use them. But since they're finite, no one ever uses them, ever.
I literally don't think I've ever used one.
Me neither.
Ever.
So I'm going to be taking the Black Firebomb now. And if you want to be particularly badass, I guess you could just pick none.
Mm-hmm. It's not really a big penalty, though, to not take anything.
And I don't know why there's a blank spot at the bottom of this list.
I just couldn't think of enough prizes, I guess, or whatever.
Black Firebomb for now.
Yeah.
Physique doesn't matter. Face doesn't matter. Hair doesn't matter. None of this stuff matters. But I guess it's going to make me pick, huh? Alright, fine.
Yeah. I noticed very quickly. I recently, like I told you guys, I recently started playing Bloodborne also.
Yeah.
And there's actually a lot of tutorials online on how to make attractive, normal-looking characters in Bloodborne. There's next to fucking none for this game.
I always just hit randomize and just try and get the goofiest stuff possible.
Here's the thing about the Dark Souls character designs. Out of all 5 Soulsborne games, Dark Souls 1 is my favorite, but it has the ugliest characters.
Yeah.
Even in the remaster.
So hard to make a decent looking character.
They do look better. I mean, but they're not really.
Not really. I mean, I was looking at the hair. I mean,
I'm saying their textures look better.
Well,
not the.
Well, the hair though. I mean, like the pigtails, for example, has a much more visible bald spot in the part.
Well, I don't play girls, so I don't see that.
Well, this was the hairstyle that I picked the most often, and it just looks ugly now.
Yeah, I mean, not that it matters. You're probably going to have some kind of head armor anyway.
I mean, I'll probably just stick with very short.
I will say the bald spot is a lot less visible if you use later hair colors. For some reason, it blends better.
I get that. The contrast and all that, but it doesn't really matter what I design this character like, because I'm just going to show this thing off real quick. But I am going to shut up and let the intro cutscene play.
My mic.
Hopefully, everyone can hear it fine. So here we go.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms, unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Not quite over yet.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Okay.
It's over now?
cutscene.
Okay.
Yep.
I forgot how insanely long that is.
Okay, well, last time I started as this class, I couldn't help but notice that for some reason, it doesn't start with the stats capable of normal rolling with the armor it begins with. I fat roll with this class.
Yep.
So I end up having to take off everything. Everything but my pants.
Everything but my pants.
Yeah, so there's a
Should
lot.
be-
There's a lot to go over. For one, can't help but notice that the undead versions of the characters look a bit less like beef jerky than before.
I don't know. At least you can actually tell like they have like no eyes now. You didn't used to be able to tell that very easily before.
Also, what is this business going on with my character's left breast? It's all veiny.
Oh, they
That's
added.
always a thing.
Well, they didn't add it, but yeah, you can actually see the visible veins in the characters' bodies now. Because before they were like smudged up due to the resolution, but now you can actually see the veins in the people's bodies.
No, okay. I figured maybe it would have had something to do with the dark sign. Because, for some reason, the dark sign is supposed to be this thing that's visible somewhere on your body. But no matter how naked you get, you can never see it. Nobody knows what part of your body it's supposed to be on.
I think it's different for each character. Because, what's the Mirror Swordswoman in Dark Souls 2?
Oh, you mean Lucadil?
Yeah, Lucatiel. Hers is supposed to be on her face.
Well, in Dark Souls 2, your dark sign is always on your back. Like, you can see it when you're hollowing. Just this big black spiral thing. But there's a lot to go over in that opening cutscene. Basically, in the beginning, everything was gray and neutral. Nothing ever changed, nothing ever died, nothing was ever born. And dragons in this world are made of stone, and they were never born. Nobody really knows where they came from, although there could just be in-game mythology. And until the fire came along, they never died. But then, suddenly, there was fire. It kind of like an allusion to the Big Bang in our universe. And with it came a whole bunch of stuff like life and death, light and dark, and all that stuff. Those are kind of the 4 elements of this game. Life, death, light and dark, and all that.
Pretty much. That's the long and short of it.
Yeah, and the 4 lords that it mentioned, Nito, Gwyn, the Witch of Izalith, and the unnamed furtive pygmy, are all based on one of those elements. Like, I think Gwyn is light, the Witch of Izalith is life, the furtive pygmy is dark, and what's the 4th one?
Nito,
death. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, each of them governs a different aspect of the universe just because they were lucky enough to get pieces of the first flame first. And it also mentioned a Seath the Scaleless, who was a dragon who somehow was born without scales. And it makes you wonder how he was born at all if the dragons are eternal and they never got birthed.
Well, didn't that all change when the fire came? Maybe at that point they were able to have children.
So,
right?
So the birth of the first flame is what made the dragons mortal.
Well, the thing that's what happened to the we're not gonna see him for a long time, but the gaping dragon. The gaping dragon was a dragon corrupted by the birth of the first flame. That's why, like,
I never really got the lore of the gaping dragon.
Yeah, the gaping dragon was corrupted by the bringing of life into the universe, and so it became like a mixture of like life and death, and that's why it was so messed up looking.
I also want to apologize right now for my dog's barking. There's nothing I can do about that. There will never be anything that I can do about that. So you just have to deal with it. When I'm not live streaming, I can just stop playing and wait till they finish barking, but yeah, nothing I can do. But there is one other thing I want to mention, is that since the first flame's arrival changed the physical makeup of the dragons entirely, there was only one dragon in the entire series that is still a real dragon. The rest of them are just kind of sub-dragons or pseudo-dragons. And that one dragon happens to be in this game. And he's completely optional to meet. But we'll meet him later. Doesn't even have a name.
Because although the gaping dragon is like a corruption of both life and death, the actual dragons sort of became the drakes. Yeah.
Drakes or wyverns.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Hey, were there always hollows in this cell?
Yeah. Oh, in the cell? I don't know. I don't know about
This
that.
first cell on the right, I never noticed.
And also, like, I still like how you can just look to the right and just see, like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the stray demon, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Bunch of tutorial stuff on the ground. These are player messages. They're just like the messages in Demon Souls, if you recall me playing that. If you watched me play that. I hope you did, because there's going to be a lot of parallels between this and that. And there's the stray demon walking around.
Also, just for your own sake, you better, like, stop the streaming for Skype, because it's probably just using unneeded power that you need for the streaming.
Oh, am I still streaming on Skype?
Yeah, yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I will say this game requires remarkably little processing power. I
accidentally hung up on them.
Yeah, while the cutscene was going on, I realized I still had Second Life open and logged in, and I had no hiccups on my end. So this game requires like no processing power.
But still, anything helps the stream.
Oh yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, but the way that hollowing works in this universe is similar to how losing your body works in Demon Souls. In Demon Souls, when you die, your soul gets trapped in the Nexus, and every time you die after that, you lose a bit more of your sanity until you just kind of disappear or go nuts. In this world, it's like that, only you have your body the entire time, and instead of becoming a ghost when you die, you become a zombie. And the more you die, the more of your sanity you lose, until you become like one of these guys.
And as much as people want to try and connect Demon Souls to this game, canonically, it's not possible.
Well, it kind of is. I mean, didn't Dark Souls 1 start as DLC for Demon Souls? For like the broken Archstone?
It did, yes. I know that, yeah, okay, Lordran is supposed to be part of Demon Souls, like, in that sense, but at the same time, though, like, they changed so much between then and now, I don't really feel like the two are really connected anymore in any direct ways, outside of that. In the same way that Kingsfield is in no way connected to Demon Souls, outside of just theming.
Yeah, but technically speaking, you could also make the argument that Dark Souls 2 and 3 aren't connected to 1 either, or each other.
Well, actually, you can't anymore because of the way Dark Souls 3 ended. The last DLC showed how everything is actually connected in what way.
I haven't played the Dark Souls 3 DLC yet.
Yeah.
Or the Bloodborne DLC. I wasn't able to buy them at the time I played them.
Didn't we start going through the Bloodborne DLC over my house?
Oh, well,
but we just didn't go very far.
You were the one playing it, and you kind of pussied out in the very first area.
Yeah, it was fucking hard, and I still kind of sucked at it back then. But
yeah.
like I said before, for some reason I seem to have just passively gotten better, and I'm not sure how.
No.
Before we move on, can I actually ask, your OBS streaming right now, does it show red down in the bottom right corner, or is it showing green in your OBS streaming window?
Let me check.
Yeah.
It is green.
It is green? Okay. And do you have it set for 60 or 30 frames?
It's 60.
Okay. Because I'm watching it on my end, and it seems to be a bit stuttery, and I was wondering why. That's all.
It isn't for me.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
it's probably just my playback then. Don't worry about me. Ignore me.
Okay, well, one thing I wanted to point out real quick. In the original Dark Souls 1, it was almost unnoticeable unless you got the camera really close. But hollows have empty eye sockets, and in place of eyes, they have tiny little flames, kind of alluding to that whole fire being the source of life thing in this universe. But in the remaster, it looks like they made them a lot more prominent. You can see the flames even from a distance.
Yeah, I never knew they were flames, actually. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, I thought they just had glowing red eyes.
How about that?
What was that sentence I just said? I thought they just had glowing red eyes? That was barely English.
Well, I noticed they didn't add the ability to, yeah, they didn't add the ability to quickly climb up ladders in this game.
No.
That would have been a nice addition.
You can still slide down them, though.
Yeah.
Just press B and you'll slide down or whatever. But there's a few little changes that some people aren't really happy with, and I can understand that. The biggest one that we're going to run into is how you can no longer use humanity to heal yourself when you're a summon. You're a spirit.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah,
that is a good thing.
So now, when you become a spirit, you get half of your usable Estus to use to heal yourself, and that's it.
That is great.
Yeah.
Because
I love it.
It was really, really bad before, because invaders could just have 99 humanity and heal themselves to full that many times during a single invasion.
Another cool
Where
thing, too.
all you had to do to heal your allies was your Estus flasks.
Another cool thing now, too, you can actually break as many soul items and humanities as you want at once in the menu.
Wait a
So
minute.
that's what?
There's a player message here.
Is there?
Yeah, it says good luck. You can tell it's a player message because it has a rating.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, for being a tutorial, it's not like it's, actually sectioned off. You can come back there.
But
no
you
problem.
never used to be able to see player messages while you were doing the tutorial.
I guess that's a good point.
I wonder if you can summon people for the stray demon now. I wonder.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to go. I can't go back yet. I'm not far enough.
Well, anyway, time to talk about the bonfires. The bonfires are the new checkpoint in the Soul series. Demon Souls didn't have checkpoints. Instead, every level was either just get to the boss without dying, you scrub, or open all the shortcuts. But now there's actual checkpoints, and they're all over the place. And after about halfway through the game, more like 2/3 of the way through the game, you'll get the ability to teleport between most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. I don't know if they changed that. But in Demon Souls, you could only level up. Oh, actually, I want to point this out now. In every game except Dark Souls 1, you had to talk to a girl to level up. And since most people's first Souls game was Dark Souls 1, where you could level up at any bonfire, they got used to that and started bitching about it in every game afterward.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't decide to have a level up girl. Yeah, in this one.
I don't know.
I'm just wondering why they decided to go back to it.
We should have just had a level up Oscar.
Well, anyway, we open these big doors, and if you look up, you can see the first boss, tutorial boss, the Asylum Demon. Yep, so you approach, and you get all these messages, like try rolling. Well, that's a player message. But there's a message over here that says, get away, and then it comes crashing down. Now, if you look to your left, you see a door opened. Yeah, see those invincibility frames? Man, I'm good. Yeah, but if you go through the door, it'll shut behind you permanently. And then you'll have to find another way to kill the boss.
Which is the intended route.
Yeah, and since we only have a broken sword hilt right now, this is all the damage we do. 2 damage per hit, even when double-handing the weapon. Oh, I got hit. Now this is the reason we brought the black firebombs. 1 black firebomb, 195 damage. It's like a quarter of its health bar. Yeah, it does seem to be moving pretty slowly for me. Is it moving this slowly for you guys?
What, the game? You mean?
Yeah.
Are you getting lag in the actual game or in the feedback?
In the game itself.
Oh, I don't know. I don't really see any lag or anything.
Yeah, but if you go through the gate and kill it the intended way after getting all of your weapons and stuff, then you just complete the tutorial and that's it. But if you manage to kill it, with or without the black firebombs, just these make it easy, then it drops its weapon.
Yeah.
Which is too heavy for anyone at this level to use. But you get it early, and it's like one of the most powerful weapons in the entire game.
That it is.
I think it's like the second best strength weapon.
Yeah, next to the Demon Great X, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Well, are you playing the game in full screen or are you playing in windowed mode?
I'm playing it in windowed.
Okay, and it's smaller resolution than the full resolution?
The max resolution I can set it to is the max resolution of my main monitor, which is much smaller than the monitor I'm playing it on.
Okay, so if you're playing windowed with a smaller one, yeah, then that's about the best quality we're able to get out of it, unless you mess with your encoding settings in OBS.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way to set a custom resolution like I could with the other games, but I couldn't find the file to do it with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might want to go
the
in.
stream still looks fine.
I mean, we might want to go in and adjust your bit rate down to like 2500 or something if it's not already set to that. That's what I usually use on. It might be a little smoother then.
Yeah, but you see here, the Demon's Great Hammer requires a 46 strength score. I have 11. And
Yeah,
even...
or if you...
Sorry?
I was going to say, even like dual-handing it, you need, what?
You need 2/3 of the value, so...
Oh, I thought it was half.
No, it's 2/3.
Oh, that's a lot of strength.
Yeah, so you're going to need, like... I don't know. I'm bad at dividing things by 3.
I don't know. What's the number, 46 or something?
Oh,
yeah, whatever.
I think it would be something like 32. You need like at least 32, I think. But yeah, if you equip it, it tells you can't wield it effectively with your present stats. But look at the size of this thing. Even if I double-hand it, it would be like...
Yeah, high 20s would be around correct.
No, that'd only be half. Like 26 is half of 42. Or is it?
Oh.
Or was it 46? Or 28.
46.
28 would be half of that.
Man, the math you just said made my head hurt, and I suck at math. That was,
I don't know what I'm talking about. Just ignore me.
Oh my god, the numbers. They hurt.
Look at this thing. You can't even combo with weapons this heavy. You just swing it awkwardly and you do almost no damage. Because you can't get scaling out of weapons that you don't have the stats for.
In fact, you take negative scaling, don't you? Yeah, it's just pretty crazy.
Yeah, but these doors over here, normally when you kill the boss, it drops the key for this door. But if you kill it early, then you still have to go through the tutorial area anyway in order to get the key from somewhere else. Don't ask how that makes any sense. It doesn't make any sense lore-wise, it's just there to make the tutorial work. But that's all I wanted to show, so now I'm going to quit and go make a different character. Actually think about what kind of build I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do the build I always do.
You know, I looked it up to see if anyone had any quality PvE builds or anything, and there's not a lot. Like, a lot of PvE builds for Dark Souls 1 are set up to try to make the game... While making you do a ton of damage, still making it a challenge instead of just being OP. That's not what I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna build an OP build.
Well, first time I played Dark Souls, I just played as the Knight character, because it's got some pretty well-rounded stats for not being the Deprived, and some really good armor, and it uses my favorite weapon category.
If you want the legit first boss fight to be dead easy, Pyromancer.
Well, the Pyromancer doesn't get its Pyromancy flame right away.
Yeah, it does. Not early enough to, get the hammer.
Oh, that's what I thought you meant.
No. Like, once you actually go in to do the fight, it's... Oh, my god. I four-shotted the boss. Plunge attack, fire, fire, fire instead.
Okay, so what gift should I pick? Not the Goddess's Blessing, of course. Don't need the black fire bombs. No point in taking Twin Humanities. I never explain what Humanities do. Humanities are the item you use to get your human form back. They're kind of like the Stones of Ephemeral Eyes from Demon Souls, only they're way more common in this game.
And incredibly farmable.
Yes.
Later on, at least.
Yeah, you don't have to wait. You don't have to leave a boss alive and repeatedly farm them in the boss's arena like you did in Demon Souls.
If I were you, I'd still take the Master Key, because even if we're not doing some skips, it's still useful for certain things like Havel.
Well, you can get the Master Key in-game. I mean, you can just find it.
Where do you...
No, you don't find it. You buy it from, what's his name? Domhnall.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you don't get it all.
You buy it from him after he moves.
Jeez, that's a decent trek into the game.
Actually, I don't think you can buy it from him until after you get the Lord Vessel.
It's an even more decent trek into the game.
And by that point, the Master Key is useless until New Game Plus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might as well take it. At the very least, we can show me getting murdered by Havor like a million times.
I don't know. If you're decent at parrying, he's kind of pathetic.
I'm okay at parrying. I'm really good at parrying the Black Knights, but I haven't practiced much on Havor.
I'm not so good at parrying the Black Knights. I'm just good at running around them in circles until I can trigger the backstab.
Now, since I'm back at the character creation menu, I wanted to talk about the available races that are listed here. Like, commoner, very average commoner face. Lore-wise, makes no sense. Commoner of where? Commoner of everywhere? Okay, so if you're a commoner, you're Caucasian.
It probably means commoner of Lordran.
Maybe. I don't know.
But actually, no, because that doesn't make sense, because you're being taken to Lordran like, implying that you've never been there.
Yeah.
So yeah, where the fuck are you from?
Well, I guess you can choose where you're from. Like, Delta Farmer, commonly seen face in the Five-Finger Delta, which is an area that almost no one talks about in the game. And then you have Astora of Royalty, which everyone's familiar with Astora. It's the most mentioned region in the Dark Souls lore. Dragon Scholar. Intelligent, sharp lines, but scholarly looks invite insult. I'm assuming these people are from,
Vinheim.
Vinheim, yeah, that's it. Where the Vinheim sorcery school is.
Yeah, because I think Vinheim is the dragon sorcery.
Yeah. Then there's Thorland Cleric, which Thorland is a highly religious place full of dicks and pricks. Always backstabbing each other and making fun of those lesser than themselves without realizing what they're saying. And then there's Jubilant Katarina, which seems to imply that Katarinans, or whatever they're called, are black. But we meet a couple people from Katarina, and using the camera you can see inside their helmets and see their faces, and they're not black. So I don't really get this. Then there's,
maybe it's just really tanned. I don't know.
Then there's Dubious Kareem, ominous features associated with the Earl of Kareem. Kareem is the land of evil people. It is where all of the evil people come from. Namely assassins who use weapons like the ones that what was his name? Yurt the Silent Chief from Demon Souls? Yeah, if he was in Dark Souls, he'd be from Kareem. There's another character in this game who's exactly like Yurt. Like, in every way.
Well, there's one in every game that's like Yurt.
Well, every game?
Right back again.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you know, as long as they use a Shotel, right?
Or Shadow, however it's pronounced.
Yeah.
I don't know. Classic Xena. Thoughtful, mature face, common and historical Xena. We only meet one character from Xena. He's a friendly merchant named Domhnall. He's got a unique accent. Don't really know much about them. It's kind of a mysterious place. Eerie Great Swamp. Great Swamp heretics face prejudice for their atypical looks. Don't really get what that means, but they're referred to as heretics because they participate in pyromancy. But I don't know why. I don't remember the exact reason for it. But pyromancy is a new form of magic in this game. You know how Demon Souls had sorceries and miracles? Well, Dark Souls 1 has pyromancy, which is a kind of spell that anyone can use, regardless of their intelligence or faith. It just requires a pyromancy flame, which you have to inherit from another pyromancer. In this game, anyway. In Dark Souls 2, you just kind of find one in a chest. on a pirate ship.
Yeah. It is very weird.
It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. We meet one guy from the Great Swamp in this game, and he is a lot of people's favorite NPC. His name is Laurentius. You get most of your pyromancy stuff from him. Then Far East Traveler, based from a distant eastern land of almond eyes and thin lips. Basically, they're the Asians of the world. we meet one guy from the Far East. And even then, he's really optional, and he used to be more important than he is. They cut a lot of his content out. I don't know why.
Time or something. Something like that.
Actually, let's go ahead and be an Asian go. Let's see here. The very short hairstyle seems kind of high above the head.
Like I said, you can't make a good-looking character in Dark Souls. It's not really possible.
Oh, this looks fine. Kind of reminds me of Go-Go from Kill Bill.
A little bit.
I'll keep the hair color black. Okay, and then I shall give her a name. How about something cute in Japanese, but Suki. Okay, I skipped the opening cutscene.
We can get right back into the game then.
Yep, starting with taking off all my armor. Now, the dungeon cell key was dropped in here on a corpse by a guy wearing the Elite Knight set, which I think is the set that I started with.
Yeah, you started with the Elite Knight, yeah.
Oh no, it's just the
No.
Knight set.
Oh, the Knight? Oh, sorry.
I didn't realize there was a difference between the Knight set and the Elite Knight set. But yeah, the guy who dropped the key down here for us, not totally certain why he did that. Not sure what his deal is, but just remember that he was on the roof for now. Yeah, but they really did slow this game down. I remember being able to run through this hallway much faster in the original. Let's see, any other lore things to talk about or mention? Oh yeah, do you guys have any idea why they fought the dragons in the opening cutscene?
Why is that?
I was asking if you knew.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause that's one of the big mysteries of the lore of this game, is why they fought the dragons in the first place. Were they being kept prisoner? Were they just trying to prove that they were the more powerful group?
I mean, it could be that the dragons viewed humanity as being lesser than them, which could be like, I mean, there could have been slavery involved.
I imagine more that it's like humanity in a lot of other stories where if there's a bunch of fantasy races and humans show up, they just start to, over time, try to assert their dominance, because that's what humans have always historically done.
Yep, so you ignore the boss, you go through this gate, gate shuts, and then the asylum demon just kind of wanders around in there for a while. Until you come back for him. There's another bonfire, which is pretty much just there to keep you from going back to the front. Like, after you, well, no, couldn't you? Well, no, I guess once the portcullis closes, your opportunity to get the demon's great hammer is gone.
Right.
Yeah,
Whether or not you die and go back to the first bonfire. Alright, so you come in this hallway, and there's an archer hollow. The first hostile normal enemy in the game. And on this corpse is a tower kite shield, which the shield that you pick up is going to differ depending on what class you chose. Really, this tutorial area is just for you to pick up all the gear that you chose to start with in the first place. So you hold up your shield and it lets you block these arrows, which I was easily dodging a few seconds ago.
Because they move. I don't know why the arrows move so slow in the game. They just really, really do.
It's so that you can dodge them. And then we get the broadsword, which for some reason is one of the best weapons in the entire game.
Well, yeah, it is very good. It's very well balanced.
Yeah, and you just start with it if you pick the knight class. Because even in Dark Souls 2, the broadsword is one of the best straight sword weapons, and you can buy it in the beginning of the game.
I think it remains pretty high up there in 3 as well.
Yeah, but what I just did was a backstab, just like the ones in Demon Souls. And a fog wall, just like the ones in Demon Souls. Of course, the fog walls are just a carryover from Demon Souls. Don't expect anyone to actually talk about the fog walls or the colorless fog or anything like that. They just seem to be a leftover gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, they don't really serve any function within the story, really.
I think there's even fog walls in Bloodborne, which is completely unrelated to the lore of the Souls games. Yeah, but up these stairs, you can kind of see the silhouette of a boulder. If you walk up, a hollow will push it down. Just drop off the side of the stairs and you won't get hurt. Breaks open this wall. And over here, in this pile, is the guy that dropped the key on us earlier. He's wounded, and if you look up, you can see that there is a hole in the roof that he most likely fell through. And since he was on the roof where the asylum demon fell down from, it's presumed that this guy was defeated by him shortly before we showed up. So I'm gonna talk to him real quick.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Now, you could say yes, which most people do say yes, or you could just say no. I mean, you don't actually have to listen to anything he says. It doesn't affect your score or anything. You can just kill him and pick up all the things that he's going to give you. It changes nothing. It might count as a sin. Is there something like a sin system in this game?
Excuse me, sorry.
But I don't think it matters for any character that dies, and he dies in one hit. So I don't think it matters. I'm probably thinking of the sin system from Dark Souls 2. But yeah, just say yes.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Estus Flask. Achievement unlocked.
Oh, and this.
And the second floor key to the undead asylum, east side.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death.
Yes, but if you outright just
Shh,
kill
hold on.
him, he'll...
And thank you.
Still talking. I'll let you know when the talking is over. But it's over now.
Yeah, but if you outright kill Oswald there, he'll actually give you... Oscar, sorry. If you actually outright kill Oscar, he'll give you... like, you can actually pick... Like, it gives you automatically the Estus Flask as well as the keys needed to get out of the place.
Yeah. If you kill the asylum demon right away, like with the black fire bombs, or if you're really, really good with the fucking broken sword hilt, honestly, I think maybe your fists might even do more damage than the broken sword hilt, but never mind. Then Oscar here is the one who will give you the key that gets you out of this place. Yeah, but as soon as we walk out, you will hear the sound of him dying. There he is. And if you come back real quick, you can see him doing his death animation. The really slow one that important NPCs get. You always know when something dies really, really slowly that they're never coming back.
Yeah, right. Well, except for the player character. I mean, because they get the same death animation.
You don't die that slowly, though.
You die pretty slowly.
It depends. You fall pretty fast if it's a pit. Because then you don't have an animation. Yeah,
well,
but
you
this,
get a splat when you hit the surface.
not if there is no surface. What if it's a
True.
bottomless pit or water?
Well, was there a splash effect in water in the first game?
No, you just kind of fell through it.
There's
And
a splash now.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but Oscar gave us the Estus Flask, which, despite the number down there, is just one item. It confuses a lot of people. The number actually indicates the number of uses that you get out of it. And when it's empty, and all the Estus juice inside of it is gone, you can see the actual color is that of a jade bottle. Which,
Yeah, but
you can also look at the item's description. Yeah, dull green flask.
yeah, try and drink it again.
Yeah, you get a unique animation where you just
but
kind of...
Well, I'm saying that in the original game, the Estus flask was always green when you drank from it. It wasn't yellow when you actively drank from it. But now, when you drink from it, it's yellow, and when it's empty, it's jade, like the actual model is. That's new.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I also know that, I don't remember which game introduced it. I know it was in Dark Souls 3, but they made it so that the little image of the Estus Flask changes depending on how many uses are left. Like it gets more or less full over time.
Yeah, 3 did that. Yeah, because you had significantly less uses of the Estus flask. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then you sit down at the bonfire and it refills. Now, the number of uses that you get out of an Estus Flask is dependent entirely on the intensity of the bonfire you rest at. This bonfire is only at intensity level 1, so we just get 5 uses. But you can actually get every bonfire in the game up to bonfire intensity 4, and that will make it so that the bonfire will give you 20 uses of the flask, which is the highest it's ever been in the whole series, and is the highest it can go, except for one very rare, well, it used to be rare, it might be more common now, circumstance. If somebody else strengthens the intensity of a bonfire by kindling it while you're in the same area, then you'll get an extra use out of the flask. And you can just stand around waiting for people to do that and get like 30 uses.
Which, by the way, that happened to me in Firelink last night. So that means someone went down specifically to get the right of kindling, like, immediately.
I just had it happen to me.
Yeah.
In the Undead Asylum. I now have 6 uses of the flask.
Yeah. So...
Well, I would suggest, since you have access to the option menu and stuff now, you might want to set your network settings to open and to change your searches to global so you can get access to even more people.
I already did.
You already did that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'll show you. Network settings, region matchmaking, global, summon sign visibility, unrestricted,
Got it. Okay.
ranking registration off, ranking registration.
Yeah, so you can set what characters you want to be on the leaderboards, basically.
Oh, I'm going to turn this one on.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, and you come up here. This door is locked with the key that Oscar just gave us, so you have to talk to him to get up here. Now, if you're playing as a caster class, the sorcerer, the pyromancer, the cleric, doesn't matter what, your first spell will be right over here in the corner. There's no corpse or item for me here because I chose a knight, but yeah, this is where you would find it, in this spot right here. So turn left, and there's a whole bunch of enemies, including an archer. So just lure these two out so that you don't get hit by the arrows. And take these fuckers out, hold up your shield, and then bash this guy's face in. And this tells you how to do the plunging attack, which I'll be showing in a bit. Yep, if you attack when you're behind an enemy, you'll backstab them and get a critical hit. And over there, we see a tougher enemy. And this message tells us how to parry. Now, Parrying is one of the most difficult things for people to learn how to do. But I should be able to do it on this guy. Nope. Come on. Come on. You gotta hit the L2 button right as they're swinging at you. And then you stab them in the stomach.
And some forms of shields, as well as the parrying dagger, have more or less frames for parries.
Yeah, like the bigger the shield, the harder it is to parry. You get less parry frames.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this door over here is locked, and we're not going to be able to open it until we get the key for it outside of the asylum. Why it's outside of the asylum? I don't know. Maybe a hollow or an undead that came here took it with him.
Most likely, and it got dropped off where it was found later.
Okay, but this fog wall is going to take us to the top of the boss room, where we can now drop down on top of him. And if you wait too long up here, he'll leap up and start attacking you, so better hurry. And bam! Take out about a third of his health right away. And now I have an actual sword, so we should be able to just fight him normally. So the easiest way to deal with this guy, stay away from him when he does his butt slam, attack him once, and then get behind him. The best strategy of Dark Souls is to stick your face, just plant it plumply into every boss's ass. Just keep stabbing them in the ass until they are dead.
And honestly, that's the strategy for pretty much every boss in every From Software game ever, pretty much.
And he's dead. Yeah. No Demon's Great Hammer this time, but we can get the big Pilgrim's Key, which will let us open these big doors and get out of here. Now, before I move on, I do want to take some time to look at the lore descriptions of some of these items. Like the humanity. A rare tiny black sprite found on corpses. This black sprite is called humanity, but little is known about its true nature. If the soul is the source of all life, then what distinguishes the humanity we hold within ourselves? So, that's a good question, because every human in this world has both souls and humanity, which is what makes them human. Because even after you lose your humanity and turn into a zombie, where you just mindlessly attack anyone who comes your way, you still have souls, which other people can take from you by slaying you.
And there's general ways to gauge the strength of a quote-unquote soul through some enemy types. Because there is an enemy type that drops exactly one soul, right? Like, that kind of gives you an idea of like how strong a soul is.
No, I don't think there's anything in the game that drops one soul. I think the lowest anything drops is like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Because in the lore, it's supposed to be implied that a blade of grass has 1 soul. That's like the lowest form of living thing.
So, like, microscopic organisms don't have souls?
Nope.
Okay. Does a tree have, like, 200 or 300 souls? Could you just be a lumberjack?
Well, there are tree enemies in this game that give souls, so there's that.
Well, actually, wait. Couldn't you just become super powerful by just mowing the lawn? Like, seriously, just go and just cut down, like, just become the most powerful gardener of all Lordcom. Seriously.
Oh my god.
That could totally work, right?
I mean, we already know that's clearly a thing, because remember, there's scarecrows with pitchforks and scythes.
And giant hedge clippers.
Yeah.
And those guys are pretty tough. Good
so
job,
clearly, your theory is actually fact.
Okay, then you come up these stairs, and if you turn left and go down here, you'll find an item that I never knew existed until one of my later playthroughs. This corpse right here with a soul of a lost undead on it. I just never knew it was there. And on the other side, over here, careful not to fall off, because it is instant death and there's no invisible walls to protect you. You'll find a nest with eggs in it, but no visible living creatures. You approach it. You approach it. Hello?
Yeah, for some reason, they didn't talk to me either. For some reason.
Did they... Does he not talk to you until your return trip?
Well, no, because when I did a first test character, they talked to me. But the second one I made, they didn't. So, maybe it's just a chance they talk to you, maybe?
Let me try quitting to the title screen and coming back in.
Yeah.
I wonder if you got close enough to trigger it, but then immediately went out of range and it stopped the speech.
I don't think so, because I was just walking straight toward it. Oh, here we go.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
Yep, so, just like in Demon Souls, there is a baby crow that you never see, or possibly a crow. I don't know. Since they're invisible, you can never tell. They're always invisible. But just like Sparkly in Demon Souls, Dark Souls has a little crow named Snuggly. And just like Sparkly liked shiny things, Snuggly likes warm and soft things. Now there are a few different things you can drop, like I think you can drop a humanity.
Yes, and I don't remember what you get for that.
Well, I'm just going to show it off real quick, so we'll drop one humanity.
I just had a thought.
Well, hold on a second. Okay, they don't say anything. Okay, continue.
Well, we know of at least one visible crow in this game. What if it's that one? What if that's Snuggly?
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
It'd be funny, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Okay, well, I didn't hear anything from the crow when I dropped the item. So I'm hoping that this is correct. So you quit out of the game, and you load back in. I don't know why they didn't fix this, because in Dark Souls 2, all you had to do was drop the item, exit the menu, and it would be replaced.
You, give me what?
Yeah, I gave you warm and soft. Okay, what did you give me? A ring of sacrifice. Okay. The ring of sacrifice is a consumable accessory, which is an odd concept. You wear it, and if you die, the ring breaks, but you get to keep all of the souls that you are carrying.
And I don't know if you mentioned it, but when we were talking about useless starter gifts, one thing that is, you can actually get a Tiny Beings ring from Snuggly. So that's another reason why the Tiny Beings ring is useless to take as a starting gift.
Yeah, but you would never wear it anyway, unless you just wanted a ring to have at the start of the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cutscene.
I mean, at the start, it is useful.
Cutscene.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Okay.
Clearly,
Yeah.
Snuggly.
Snuggly. Big Crow is Snuggly.
Yeah, it's often theorized that this crow carrying us from the asylum to Lordran is actually a goddess, because you can't kill it. And it seems to, like, have a higher purpose. Like, it doesn't kill anybody, it just transports undead from the asylum to Lordran. Oh wow, the skybox looks different. Achievement unlocked. Reach Lordran.
I don't think any of the skyboxes were changed, though, so it might just be more visible than it was before, probably.
Probably.
Well, the new lighting engine definitely make things look different.
Yep. And now that we're out of the tutorial area, the bonfires have a lot more options available to us. What's this? Covenant?
Yeah, you can now switch covenants on the fly.
Do you
So
are you penalized for switching covenants anymore?
no idea. No idea. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah,
But-
because covenants are a new thing. I don't think they were in Demon Souls. Pretty sure they weren't. But covenants are basically just in-game groups that you can join, and they offer different rewards.
Yeah, but just understand that the way of the white's still fucking broken. So, yeah, it's not fixed.
Well, you don't get any rewards for Way of the White, though. It just makes it easier to connect to other members of Way of the White.
Yeah, but it still doesn't work though. That's the thing. Like, it still doesn't work.
You mean it didn't work before?
No, it was because due to a bug, the way of the white didn't function properly.
Oh.
And it still doesn't work properly.
Yeah, I think you're thinking something else, Tyler.
Oh, am I?
Because the Way of the White always has worked. What they do, it's easier to connect to Way of the White members, and Way of the White members casting miracles in areas can cause other Way of the White members' miracles in their worlds to be buffed. That's why.
Am I thinking of like the blue people from 2?
Yes.
Okay. All right. My fault then.
Yeah, but you can level up at the bonfires. Let's see. I'm probably going to make... The first time I played Dark Souls 1, I played as just a knight kind of character. I barely used any magic, and I mostly just used heavy armor, heavy enough to still roll in, and the straight sword weapons. So first things first, I need to raise my equip load so that I can actually roll in my armor. I'm gonna get that to... I'll get that to 12, my strength to 12. I'm probably going to be doing a lot of grinding between streams, but I won't collect or fight anything that hasn't been featured in the stream already.
Okay.
Yeah. Kindle, time to explain about humanity more. You see that number in the very top left in the gray circle? Right now it's 0. When you use a humanity item, it increases by 1. It also increases by 1 automatically after killing so many enemies. Like, you'll notice when you kill an enemy, a white stream will emerge from their body and enter yours to add souls. Sometimes the stream will be black. And in addition to souls, you'll also get a humanity. But it's completely random, and I think it becomes less frequent the longer you play the game. I'm not entirely sure how it works. But yeah, they give you 3 humanities right at the start on the well. So I can just use one. And that increases my counter by 1. Now you can't kindle while you're in zombie form. While you're in hollow form. So the first thing you gotta do is select reverse hollowing. And that will give me my beautiful skin back. Yeah, check me out. Me and my weird cardboard bra that I strapped together with nylon.
It's clearly burlap.
It's clearly burlap.
Looks like a kindergartner's failed art project. That they ate.
Well, you gotta work with what you got, man.
Oh well. Let's see. We'll use another humanity.
I love how the standard hollows like loincloths. Like there's actually production art you can find of just how the loincloths work. I just find that hilarious that they bothered doing that.
Well,
yeah.
I actually think that this bonfire can't be kindled any further because
it starts at level 2.
Yeah, it starts at intensity 2. That's why I have 10 uses of my flask. Before I talk to this guy, I'm going to show you exactly why this bonfire is already at level 2. And that's because it has what's known as a firekeeper. That's this woman here in the cage. Some of the bonfires in this world have firekeepers. I don't know why only some of them do. Not all of them, but only some of them do. The ones that have firekeepers are pre-lit, pre-kindled. And if the firekeepers die, then unlike the non-firekeeper bonfires, they become permanently unusable. It's like if this girl here, wherever to die, then the bonfire up above would be unusable. You can still teleport to it, but you couldn't teleport from it, you couldn't rest at it or use it as a checkpoint, you couldn't level up with it, you couldn't do anything with it. But you also can't even talk to her, because her tongue was cut out. More on that later. Oh, but you can still get services from her. Like, if you actually have the soul of another firekeeper, then for some reason, firekeepers will agree to use that soul to make your Estus flask stronger. I don't know why.
No, I don't get that service either. They changed that up in the later games.
Yeah, instead in the future games, you get these items called Sublime Bone Dust, which you use at bonfires to make your Estus flask stronger. Because if you look at the bonfires, you'll see that the kindling for the fires is bones. Not wood, not twigs, bones. Human bones, most likely. Also, I don't know what people were talking about with the whole fire thing. It still burns slowly. I mean, it looks more like fire, but it doesn't look like real fire. You know, it's not that bad.
I like it quite a bit, actually.
What's this message say? Try rear. Ah, of course. Also, this well was the subject of much debate back in the day. People always trying to figure out if it led somewhere special. People trying to figure out how to get inside of it. And when they finally did, what they found was death.
Yeah, that's all that's in there.
Just instant death. Makes you wonder why they didn't just put big old invisible barriers around it. It's like, congratulations on solving this obscure platforming puzzle. Here's your reward.
A whole lot of... Oh.
Okay, I think there's some fire bombs hidden around here somewhere.
Also, I'm not sure if you've noticed. You know that little arch that's right next to where... what's his name from the swamp?
Laurentius?
Where he normally sits? Like, you can actually stand on that now, and I don't think you could before.
Like what arch?
Like, go to where he normally sits.
Yeah? I'm here.
I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. To the left.
Like out here?
No, not out there. A little more left.
Right now I'm standing still because I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, from where you're standing still, go left. That little arch right there with the broken stones above it. Further left.
Oh, this
That's
one?
right.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you were always able to stand on this.
Oh. I apparently just never found that out. I found it out last night. I was like, I don't think I've ever been able to get up here.
No, I always used this to escape from the skeletons over in the graveyard.
Well, I mean, you can stand above the doorway. Which I didn't know you could actually, like, walk all the way up it.
Oh, you mean like up here? Okay, yeah, I didn't know you could do that. Never did this before.
Yeah.
You know, for
Just
all the
strange.
hundreds of hours I've poured into this game, I never really experimented with it. Ever.
Yeah.
Every time I turn it on, it's just to play through it. You know, I never really do any weird platforming experimentation or trying strange weapons like the giant curved swords or the whips.
I mean, that's probably for a reason. The whips are fucking useless.
Not in Dark Souls. Not in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, they're a little better there. Though the giant curved swords are like fantastic. Murakumo is one of the best swords in the game, in my opinion.
Okay, well, now I'm going to go talk to that guy who is sitting next to the bonfire, because I think he's the only guy around to talk to, other than fat ass over here, Petrus, over there in the corner. We'll talk to him later. Also, I kind of expected them to add the left joystick, or L3, as an alternative jump button.
No, didn't do that.
Nope, so... Yeah, I don't know if I've shown jumping yet, but the way to jump in Dark Souls 1 is you hold and run, and you can only jump when you're running. You hold and run, and then you let go of the run button and tap it again. And that's how you jump. Not particularly optimal.
But there really isn't anything too hard you have to do with jumping anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, there was not...
Oh. You can change it yourself.
You can?
Yes. Uh-oh. I think my game just froze from me trying to change that. Oh, no, never mind. It just unselected. Yeah, I just changed it in the menu. Let me check. Yeah. It works perfectly. So
Okay.
they added that option at least. You can turn it on.
Wait, how?
Scroll down and hit left or right to go to the other options. Like once you're in the control setting.
Here we go. Let's see.
Scroll down,
Dash roll, and back. Oh, here we go. Left joystick. Okay. Save changes. And then, there we go. Look at that. Now I don't have to worry about running off ledges.
Yep. So much nicer.
Yeah, okay. Now, this guy here, remember the crestfallen warrior from Demon Souls? The ghost guy that you talk to in the Nexus who just keeps telling you to give up? This is that guy. That guy is in every game. Just with a different face.
Except in 3. I think the one in 3 is just the one from 1.
I don't think so. No, that's a different guy. Yeah, but this guy is just known as the Crestfallen Warrior. So let's talk. He has a lot to say too. So here we go.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. Too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Yeah, so those first lines that you get from him unveil a lot about the main plot of the game. You are not the first person to be referred to as the chosen undead. Pretty much every single undead who was brought here is potentially the chosen undead. And they're always told that they're the chosen one and that they have to ring the Bell of Awakening, whereas there are actually 2 Bells of Awakening. And that no one has ever rang any. Even though right now, I'm constantly hearing the bells ring, because for some reason you can hear it when other players ring the bell. And everyone's playing this game right now.
Yeah, that was one of their ways to try to drill home the idea in-world that time is kind of fucked up.
Convoluted is the word they use.
Yeah.
It's also the excuse they use for all plot holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
This doesn't make sense. This event took place before that one and also after that one. Well, it's because time is convoluted.
I mean, it's a pretty effective way to get around plot holes. I'll give them that.
I mean, literally, the plot of Dark Souls can be described as what happens when you do Ultimecia's time compression to Western fantasy. That's Dark Souls.
Well, and for those who aren't aware, Ultimecia is from Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
Correct.
I haven't got to that game yet on my channel.
Yeah. So it's, like Final Fantasy VIII Western Edition is kind of the entire series of Dark Souls.
Speaking of which, I wanted to talk about this real quick. First, let me know, guys, whether or not the stream is still good. Like, whether or not you can actually hear the characters when they talk. Very funny, Ray. But yeah, I was strongly considering live streaming Final Fantasy VI instead of doing daily edited episodes of it, because Final Fantasy VI is the first really big and long Final Fantasy game in the series, and it would take me so very long to record just a 1 to 1.5 hour episode each day and edit it, and I got a lot of other stuff to do. Like, I'm going to therapy right now. I just had my first therapy session today. Oh, good news, guys. I was given a checklist of depression symptoms, and I checked almost all of them.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that great?
It is great. Because at least now you know.
Yeah.
Yep. Once you're diagnosed, they can start doing things for it.
Pretty much the only things I didn't tick were, like, wanting to hurt myself and drug and alcohol abuse.
I don't know, you do drink a lot of tea.
That's not alcohol.
It has caffeine, it's a drug.
Yeah, technically.
Counter argument loading.
Tea.
Well, I've been drinking tea since the day I was born, so I'm probably immune to it by now anyway.
That's a good point.
It does have relatively low caffeine compared to,
Soda?
like Coke.
Yeah. I only drink soda once a week anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to the Crestfallen Warrior some more.
What? You want to hear more?
That said, depressed
That's
bastard.
all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up
but
in the
sorry.
undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
You and most other players. Yep. Or at least they fixed Blighttown.
Yeah, it is 60 frames a second now, which is awesome. And it's better than DS fix.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Blighttown, though. The frame drops never really bothered me all that much on any platform that I've ever played this game on, which I've played it on every platform. I own it on Steam, Xbox 360, and PS3, and I've beaten it on all of them.
Yes, it's not a question of whether it could be beaten with it in there. The thing is, it's still poorly optimized and plays like shit.
It was just like, cause for most players, it didn't really like hinder your ability all that much, except for maybe a couple missed jumps when going for items. It just didn't look good. That's what it came to. It looked like shit. It ran like shit.
Well, I never noticed much when I was playing, but apart from that, Blighttown is still an awful area.
I don't really understand how you can't tell like the difference between 15 frames a second and 30. Like, that's a huge difference.
No, it's even lower than that. Sometimes it dropped down to like 7.
Look, I can tell the difference between 15 and 30 frames per second. It's just...
All right.
It never bothered him.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
lag is lag.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Just letting you know what I've been doing in the meantime while you've been doing that, because somebody had to get a summon stone, so I've just went and got mine. I'm just gonna wait then until we go
I
from
have
there.
mine too.
Oh,
Yeah.
good idea. Well, I'm still talking to the crestfallen warrior. So
You haven't even left Firelink proper yet.
no, I mean there's a lot to see here. I haven't even talked to Petrus yet.
Christ.
Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
Really? Okay. Do you see anything else?
Hmm? What now? I'm not up for chat.
Oh, never mind. I guess he's out of things to say at the moment. But every time you meet a new NPC, he'll have new things to talk about, namely about said NPCs. Usually negative things. Okay, now we're gonna go talk to Petrus.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Okay, very polite way of saying keep away from me.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
And he gives you a copper coin, which I think the coins only appear in Dark Souls 1.
They don't really do much.
I don't recall the regular coins being in Dark Souls 2 at all, or 3. But in Dark Souls 1, coins don't really do anything. I think they were meant to be as an in-game form of currency between players, but people didn't use it for that. Instead, people used pendants, which, by the way, is why it's the best gift. Remember that. Remember that. Oh, hey, Fox is here.
Hello.
Yay.
Yay.
Oh my.
I was gonna say also to raise less.
This.
Okay.
I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Okay, continue.
To Ray's last comment about doing it, like streaming on Twitch as well for more viewership. If we do this again in the future, which we will, I'll show Peach here how to run up a restream account so we can run through both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. That would be most beneficial, I think.
Can my computer handle that?
It doesn't have anything to do with your computer. It's
Yeah, because you're streaming directly to Twitch and Restream is shifting it to YouTube.
Or vice versa. We could do YouTube, which is what we're probably going to do. So no, you would lose it'd be nothing on your computer at all.
The only addition would be the extra chat pop out. That's
yes,
all.
you'd have to have chat for both of them to look at. You'd have to. That's it.
Well, I don't think I would really mind that, but I'd prefer to stick mainly on YouTube.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, to potentially get maybe a few other people over to, yours. Perhaps, maybe.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe you'll find you actually like Twitch a lot, and it's a little easier to get started on Twitch than it is on YouTube now, especially with demonetization where it's at.
Well, if Sinai and Happiness's channel is anything to go off of, even monetized videos aren't enough to run a channel these days.
Unless you're fucking massive, like Markiplier big.
Again, it's the problem of YouTube in general, where if you're not already big, you're fucked.
And you getting big is hard. Once you get there, ad revenue alone is not enough, so you need to supplement it with Patreon or brand deals, which, by the way, those brand deals can be insane sometimes.
Yeah.
Like some brand deals, like some YouTube, like not even like insanely big YouTubers, just pretty big YouTubers have been like in the 10,000s for a video. It gets nuts. So
I mean, I don't know. I mean, don't those sorts of things, like sponsorships or whatever, don't they only target people who are already big anyway?
Not necessarily. A lot of those sponsorship deals will actually sometimes target smaller channels if they're really, really focused on a single subject.
Yeah.
Well,
So they'll either go after generally big people or focused smaller and big people.
okay.
Or
Hold on, I'm going to continue this conversation.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Right? Already belong to this covenant, somehow. It's weird. Is that a remaster thing that you start in Way of the White automatically, or is that in the original?
See,
that must be a remaster thing.
no. Every time I played in this, I've made 3 test characters already, and none of them started with Way of the White.
Really?
Yeah,
I wonder if it has something to do with my choice of race or class.
it must have.
You chose, but no, because you didn't choose the Thorland race.
No, I chose the Far East character and the Knight class.
Weird. I don't know.
That's weird.
Unless,
Oh, hold on.
no, wait a second. Oh,
Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Sorry, I didn't know you were going to start talking when I hit the button.
I was gonna say, maybe because you looked at the bonfire and you had the covenant thing open already, right?
Yeah, it was already
So-
there.
Yeah. So maybe once you get a covenant, it becomes account wide, maybe, or something. I don't know. Maybe. That wouldn't make any sense, though.
No, because I never talked to this guy in this game before.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, learn gesture. Shrug. Is a lot of people's favorite gesture. Purchase item. He has a bunch of miracles that I can't use because my faith is too low. And also because they're too expensive. Look at that. 2,000, 4,000, 10,000, 8,000. Oh my god. Yeah, but miracles work exactly the same as they did in Demon Souls. You use a talisman and you equip a miracle and you cast them. Easy. Anyway, we're gonna talk to Petra some more.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
And the lady he's talking about is Rhea of Thorland, who we will be meeting much later. And hopefully I don't miss it, because you have to do this quest in a very particular order in order to see everything.
An undead mission? Regrettably,
I mean, you will miss some things, undoubtedly.
Hold on.
you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Show your dedication. Required souls 800. I don't have 800 souls.
I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred.
Ah.
Show your dedication. I've never seen that.
Oh, yeah, that's, if you talk to Petrus, he'll offer to tell you about, Thorland's mission in Lordaeron if you give him 800 souls. As like a donation.
I've never actually seen that because, you know, I don't exactly like Petrus.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Okay, done talking to him. Now we're gonna look around the shrine some more for some more items.
Yeah, while you're doing that, what I was saying about some brand deals, sometimes the advertising budgets for those people go so nuts that they literally start targeting everyone. You remember how for a pretty good amount of time, almost every fucking YouTuber was doing a Best Fiends brand deal?
Best Fiends?
I don't know about that at all.
You didn't see those? Okay. Like every fucking gaming YouTuber, or kind of just in general YouTuber for a while, was doing brand deals for this game called Best Fiends on iOS and Android. They contacted a YouTuber who's a prominent blind YouTuber. She doesn't have her sight. And you know what their ad read for her to say was supposed to be?
What'd it say?
When you open this game, you'll notice the vibrant colors, and no, she won't. No, she's blind, Best Fiend. Are you aware of who you've contacted?
Wow. Also, welcome to the stream, Druzek. Glad to have you.
Yes, and to answer your question, you grind for 8 months on boars and then get an unlocked weapon from like your father on a flash drive. Yeah, but if you can see where I am now, I fell down the lift that the Crestfallen Warrior mentioned, the one that's broken, the one that's supposed to take us straight to the bell. But you can fall down to the bottom of the lift and it takes you to this little tunnel, which is here for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's a maintenance tunnel. And down here you can find a whole bunch of treasure chests. Like 3 of them. Now, these, it's never explained. This is just one of those, like, learn the lore by exploring kind of moments, which is pretty cool. But these chests actually contain the secret belongings of Petrus. Like, this chest contains 4 cracked red eye orbs, which are evil items that you use to invade other players. So that tells you something about Petrus right there. And then the other 2 chests just contain cleric items, like a free talisman, so you don't have to buy one, a morning star, like the one Petrus uses, and 6 homeward bones, which you can use to teleport to the last bonfire you were at. And 1 more chest over here, which contains 4 Lloyd's talismans. Lloyd's talismans are extremely useful if you're good at PvP. You throw them at somebody and it prevents them from using Estus flasks. So you can plunge down on somebody, take out most of their health, and then when they start getting up from the aftermath of the attack, they'll try to roll away just to keep you from, like, you know, killing them off. And then instead of attacking them, you'll just throw a Lloyd's talisman at them. And then when they run away and run out of stamina and try to heal themselves, they find themselves unable to, and then you stab them in the back during the animation. The people fall for it.
I don't think I've ever used a Lloyd's talisman personally.
People fall for it all the time.
I have. They are fairly useful.
Yeah. Lloyd's talismans
and now
also
actually even more so.
Lloyd's talismans also have another use, which I won't be showing off until much later when we run into a certain enemy.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you come down here and these skeletons come to life. I'm not strong enough to handle them, so just run away. And they will keep following you all the way to the bonfire. But if you can make it to the bonfire and rest at it before they get near you, then they'll respawn. They'll go back to where they were and they'll go away. They'll leave you alone. But you gotta be fast, because if they get near you, then you can't rest at the bonfire. Uh-oh. I can't rest at the bonfire. Oh shit, yeah, the skeletons are here.
I've noticed, it seems that enemies actually have longer radiuses of aggro now, it seems. Because they'll chase you for much longer, it seems.
Or not. The skeletons that were chasing me stopped chasing me at the archway. Between where Laurentius is and the bonfire. And now it's back on. Huh. Well, whatever.
Well, I just said seems. I mean, you know, just subjective, of course.
Maybe they just changed it so that you can't rest at bonfires at all if you're being aggroed.
Also, I noticed this before. Did you notice, like, how the when you reset at a bonfire, the fog effect that goes to the screen is no longer like somewhat see-through. It's completely opaque now. Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat.
Well, yeah, they would have to make it opaque so that when enemies disappear, it's not, you know, so sudden or weird looking.
Yeah, but in the original game though, it was somewhat see-through, so you could see them.
I know what you mean.
Okay, all right.
Also, I like how the feet collide with just this tiny little bit of rubble, like they actually rendered it.
Well, it just reacts to the body that way. Yeah.
Now, this open chest here. Never knew what this chest was for. It never came up for me in any of my playthroughs. Supposedly, this chest is for reclaiming key items that you somehow lose. Like, if I were to lose one of the asylum keys, for example, I'm not sure how I would because you can't drop them. It would appear in this chest. So you don't have to worry about permanently losing anything important. I honestly don't know how you would trigger anything to appear in that chest. You can't drop anything important, so how would you lose them?
Through a bug, maybe?
I suppose. Yeah, this is the crow that brought us here. You can't attack it with any means other than, like, spells and arrows. You can lock onto it, too, for some reason. I don't know why you can. But if you try to kill it, it'll just fly away before its last hit point is gone. You can't kill it. And even if you could kill it, why would you want to? It's the only way to get back to the asylum.
Yeah. Some of the items... What specific shows up in that?
You're cutting out a lot, Kaze.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What specifically drops in that chest, if you drop it, are items that are important for progression, but are also dropped. Rest of Artorias, the Orange Shard Ring, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So things like the Orange Shard Ring, alright. But not keys.
Not key items, but you fucking need them. Because, you know, without the Orange Shard Ring, there's some hard shit you're gonna have to try to do, and it's not gonna be fun. In fact, I think I've actually done that. I accidentally dropped the Orange Shard Ring. I was like, oh shit. And then I looked it up, and no, it's fast.
I mean, it is possible to get through that place without the ring.
Oh yeah.
It's just a pain.
It's just annoying.
Well, technically speaking, you never had to set foot in any lava, with or without the Orange Shard Ring. Because you can unlock the shortcut in Lost Izalith and just walk across the bridge.
I suppose so.
Well, to even get down there, you still have, like, the speed run way down there is to...
Well, that's the speedrun way. And you can drain the first instance of lava by killing the boss.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, you never had to touch lava, ever.
Okay, so the Centipede Demon is completely optional?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
But yeah, I suppose now is a good time to actually, move on with the game. Leave Firelink Shrine and heading up to the first major area. Now, the cool thing about Dark Souls 1 is that you can go to a lot of different places in any order you want. You could go down to the New Londo ruins, but unless you have the Master Key, you're not going to be able to do much. Because there's a lot of tough enemies down there that you probably can't handle yet. And without the Master Key, you're not going to be able to go to any other areas. And you can't even fight the boss. Not yet.
With the Master Key, you could get some extra items pretty early.
Yeah, you could even go after the other bell before going after the first one. If you go through the cemetery, if you go through the cemetery and also through the catacombs beyond it, you can get an item called the Rite of Kindling, which is what lets you kindle bonfires beyond intensity level 2. A lot of people like to get it early, but you can't teleport out of the catacombs this early in the game. So, it'd be a pain in the ass to get both down and out of there. So, really, this is the only...
I think that's actually slightly incorrect. If I'm not mistaken, you can teleport, but only if you also beat Nito. I think that gives you the option to teleport out of the catacombs.
That's not what I meant. You can't fight Nito yet. You need the Lord Vessel to unlock the orange Farquhar that blocks the way to him.
Oh yeah, you do.
I'm talking about Pinwheel.
Well, yeah.
If you go down and fight Pinwheel for the Rite of Kindling, you have to climb out of the catacombs.
Which is a, hyper bitch.
Oh, jeez, why am I sneezing?
Yeah, so this area up the stairs is the first part of the game where people realize what the game is like and how it plays. Where an actual kind of tough enemy jumps at you. Parry. They got nothing on me, though. Look at that. Oh, you like that, don't you? Wiggle on the ground for me. Yeah. Down the cliff you go. Look at him fly. Okay, here comes another one. Watch out for the guy throwing bombs up above. Don't get too close to the cliff.
You goddamn soccer kicked that guy. Off into the void. Actually, no, he just went to Blighttown, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't have any, oh, bye, Ray. Good to have you here.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any ranged attacks, so I can't, deal with that guy without worrying about the, fire bombs up above, so let's go deal with him first. I also want to show off something really cool that not many people know about this bridge. As soon as I kill these guys. 2 hits. Nope, other one. Alright, damn it, come on. I thought if I two-handed I could one-shot you. Okay, you're mine. Yep, bam. And that takes care of you. Then I'm gonna come back down and take out the other guy. This one over here with the shield. Block your attack. And since they bounce off of your shield like that, they kind of lose a lot of their stamina. Then you can just bash them with your sword repeatedly. So over Lost Undead. Now, this bridge isn't important yet. Later on, a merchant will appear on the other side, and there is an item we can grab now, but it's not important. I think it's just a ring of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Which I have one already. But most people, when they first play this game, they're trying to get used to the jumping. They'll try repeatedly to jump over to the bridge and fail, and they constantly die over and over and over. Even veterans of the game do it that way, not realizing that there is a much safer way. You come up here, and you just drop down onto it. Bam.
Is there really space to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah, right in
I
the
just
back
did
here.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that.
Most people
So you
don't.
only have to jump back.
You only have to make the jump back, which is easier.
That's fucking funny. Might go back and get that ring now, actually, because it's super simple.
And jump. Made it easy. Easy.
And also, there's one mechanic we haven't discussed that probably won't naturally come up. And that is the game's tendency to award you humanity randomly after killing a set number of enemies.
Which I talked about a bit earlier, yeah.
Oh, you did? I did not hear you. Okay, sorry. You know how it seemed like it would turn off after you've beat the area's boss?
No,
Don't
I never noticed.
For me, it seemed to. Like, after I would defeat an area's boss, I would stop getting random humanity.
Oh,
like,
wait,
I'd only
wait.
get 1 or 2 from a place.
Wait, no. I remember part of how the whole random humanity system works.
Yeah.
Yeah, the frequency at which you get humanity significantly lowers after you beat a boss in an area. Yeah, but before that, it just lowers incrementally. Like every time you get humanity from something.
Oh.
That system exists so that you can be human and summon people for a boss.
Yeah. They definitely seem to have either tuned it up or slightly decreased how far down the frequency goes. Because I like this whole time, the whole stream, I've just been doing the Berg grinding method. I have 11 soft humanity.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I just reached the Undead Berg.
Yeah.
Welcome to what is effectively the main area of the game. You don't spend much time here, but it's a very popular PvP spot. It's where a lot of people spend a lot of their time when they first start playing the game.
And the Berg and its connecting areas are possibly the best way to show people's favorite thing about the level design of Dark Souls, and that's how it's all interwoven and connected in ways that you only start to understand after going through a couple times. And you can see most of the Berg from the higher level areas of the game.
Yeah, if you look down from just this part right here, I think what's down there is the forest. But if you fell off of this ledge, you would just die instantly. There's a death plane in the way. So there's no point in even trying it. But yeah, there's a secret area down here. You roll through these barrels. And grab this item here.
Also, did you want to set up the password for us for playing together? Or
Well, I'm only at the beginning of the Undead Burg. If you wanted to go back to the stairs.
I'm already there. I'm waiting.
Yeah, we're at the bonfire. So,
Okay.
well, I am.
Okay. Do you guys care if everyone watching the stream knows what the password is, or should we share it secretly on...
The password won't matter, because that just means if they wanted to, they could also connect, and if we get the dried finger, we could bring in another person.
Yeah.
No, okay. Well,
So
I need to get out of this place first, because once you fall down, you can't get out until you fight your way through. Yeah. Over here on the windowsill is a soul of a lost undead. Yeah, I am human, so I should be able to see your signs.
Yeah.
Let me input the password now.
what do we want to use?
How about just my username for starters? We'll probably change it up as we play through this game.
You can only type Dachimot.
Okay, then Dachimot.
With the capital D.
With a capital D?
Yep.
Dachimot.
Dachimot, okay.
Why is it limited to 8 characters?
That's just the way it is.
Okay, well, the password is set. Now I just gotta get out of this place. You know, so you can see a lot of the hollows hanging off of the parapets. If you had ranged weapons, you could hit them once, and even if they don't die, they'll let go and fall to their deaths. It's pretty hilarious.
Hell, even if you get over there and just attack their hands, they'll still fall.
Yeah, but only certain ones. If you get too close, they'll start climbing up, and they're invincible during those animations. Down you go. And down you go. And then these two climb up. Just kill you. And then I'll kill you. And bam, they're all dead. And for that, I get rubbish. Now, what is the description of this thing? What is this thing's deal? Has no value. Rubbish with no value. Who in their right mind would bother carrying this around? Perhaps you need help. Best item. Best item in the game. That should be the player currency.
It should be rubbish.
Give people rubbish. Oh my god.
I mean, just like pendants, you also have a random chance of getting rubbish from the Cat Covenant. I mean, it could just as easily be player currency. I mean, rubbish had more of a purpose in Dark Souls 2, because in that game you could accidentally destroy treasure chests, and the item inside would become rubbish. Which is stupid.
Yeah, the worst part is, I think your phantoms can destroy treasure chests in Dark Souls 2.
Oh, what? I just saw your sign and it disappeared.
Oh, I'm. You know, it should come back. It should.
Yeah,
come
I
back.
put my sign down on the bridge.
On the bridge?
Outside the bonfire.
Yeah, so mine is
Or are
earlier.
you earlier
on, yeah.
right now?
Yeah, we're earlier.
Okay, I'll come down.
Yeah, just walk down the stairs to the water channel and walk back up, and it should respawn it.
Okay, in the water channel.
Yep, and then walk back up to it, and it should pop. Usually that cycles the signs. Usually, I've noticed that.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Let's see, Raspberry Boy?
Yep, Raspberry Boy.
What?
That's me.
Look, oh, it's... Why do you have a happy trail?
My sign is down around the same area.
What? What is wrong with you?
Many things. Many things.
I see the sign. For some reason, it's not letting me examine it. Come on. There we go. Kylan. Or Kaylin? Yeah, Kaylin. Oh my god, look at you. Wait, why are you red and green? What?
Your ghost was normal colored, but now you're red and
Yeah,
green.
I'm red and green, yeah.
Why do you
That's
have
why
a-
you're raspberry.
Why do you have a
Yep.
bowl cut? Hi, Kayla. I'm just gonna hide behind you.
Stay the fuck away from me and my child.
I mean no harm.
Wait, Kaylin, what's the symbol next to your name?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh,
Yeah, what is that?
what symbol is that? Is that my covenant?
Is it?
What the hell is that symbol?
Do I have a symbol?
No.
Then it must not be your covenant.
What's the symbol you have under your stamina bar, PJ? Because you have a symbol under your stamina. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, that's that symbol that's next to me is under my stamina bar. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, what is that? I don't understand.
How do I?
What do you have equipped?
Just what you see. That's it.
No rings?
No, none. What the
Um,
hell is that?
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. Sorry.
Well, you do that. I'm gonna walk through this fog wall here.
Why do you have a bowl cut?
No, I'm less worried about the bowl cut and more about the fucking happy trail. How do you have a happy trail? Why is that a thing?
And why is it green?
Oh, hey, there's summon signs in that room over there. Why? They must not want people to find it. Learn how to use passwords then.
Yeah, they did invent them, so.
Okay, and then dragon. Hi, dragon.
Dragon!
Yeah, it doesn't stay around as long as it used to. Now it disappears so that people don't even have the opportunity to hit it. You still looking it up, Kaze?
Yeah.
But there's not going to be much information on the game right now since it.
Oh,
just
there's a
came out.
Gravelord servant sign here.
Yep,
Did we want to use
we
it?
can do that. Sure, we can.
Hold on, I'm being shot at. Shots fired.
So good news.
Yeah?
It's a new symbol icon.
Okay.
Bad news is no clue what it means.
Okay.
Can I just like activate my cursor and scroll the fuck over it? Is that a thing, please? No.
Merchant ahead. Now these guys, I'm really good at parrying them. Just
Oh,
stand
you know what I bet it.
Stand in
Sorry.
front of them and wait for them to stab, and bam.
Yeah.
You know what I
that.
bet it means?
What?
Because I've been grinding levels. I'm level 27 now. I bet that's the icon to show that I've been de-leveled to.
Oh, they have de-leveling now?
That's what the password system normally does.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought I just had the same effect as Dark Souls 2's name engraved ring.
No, in Dark Souls 3, that's why you could have like a level 700 just, you know, show up with people in Dark Souls 3, but it would adjust them so they weren't overpowered. I get the feeling that symbol means I've been adjusted.
Okay, well, explain why you're the only one with it then. And you're level 27.
Yeah.
You weren't worried at all that you getting to that high of a level would make us unable to play together?
I knew the password system would allow it.
Yeah, but you come
so
out
that may-
here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you come out here, and you might want to immediately attack this guy when you first see him because he looks just like a hollow, but don't. He's friendly. Even though this message says try beating to a pulp. If you do kill him, he drops a rare and powerful weapon for this point in the game, the Uchigatana, I believe. But he's much more useful to you alive. So here, I'm going to talk to him.
Shit.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Now, Kaze broke it, but you can see that he's repeatedly petting something, which people have repeatedly made theories on what exactly it is that he's petting. Some people think it's the wooden bucket, because he refers to it by name if we talk to him some more.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
And he laughs after every line. So, talk to him some more.
I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all.
I wonder when he mentions it. But he refers to the thing he's petting, probably the thing he's petting, it's not entirely clear, as Yulia. Which is one letter off of Yuria from, you know, Yuria the Witch from Demon Souls. I don't think they're related. But L's and R's are interchangeable in Japanese, and this is a Japan-made game. I doubt there's any relation. But people keep trying to figure out what exactly it is he's petting. Maybe it's an invisible cat. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe he thinks he's petting the head of a family member that isn't there. Or he might have just named his wooden bucket. It's never explained. The lore of this guy is contained entirely within this area. So, you talk to him and you can buy lots of different stuff. Repair powder, which most people don't use in Dark Souls 1, because the durability of items is sky high. Yeah, repair powder is much more useful in Dark Souls 2. Throwing knives, which are good projectile weapons that you just equip to the item slot. You don't have to have a weapon for it. You don't require stats at all. Fire bombs, Lloyd's talismans. Ooh, the dried finger is sold here.
Yep.
See, online play item. This is new. This is new. Dried finger with multiple knuckles. Used to strengthen connection to other worlds, allowing the summoning of a third phantom, but also a second dark spirit, or invader. Also makes the summoning of a dark spirit occur earlier. Use with caution. Earlier? So, is there like a time threshold before somebody can invade you?
Must be.
That's
I
odd.
was unaware of it.
That's odd, because didn't it used to seem like the instant you walked into certain areas you'd be invaded?
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with like the minute you start your play session or something. I'm not sure.
Then there's the orange guidance soapstone, which lets you write, view, and rate messages. Which is weird that this thing even exists, because in every other game, you can interact with messages without any items. I don't know why this is here.
Like, you know how like you can like plus or like minus the message or whatever? Are you like literally just putting like a plus next to it or a smiley face? Is that what you're writing?
No, you're using the stone, and you're tapping the little thumbs up icon. You're leaving a like. Yeah, but I don't have enough souls to buy the dried finger. We don't really need it right now. Let's see, what else does he sell? He sells the residence key, which opens one of the buildings in the Undead Burg. One that the master key doesn't open, so you need to buy this. I'm going to buy it now. Repair box, which lets you repair things on your own without having to visit a smith. And a bottomless box, which lets you store unwanted items in a separate inventory. Demon Souls had an inventory weight limit, separate from your equipment limit. Dark Souls 1 got rid of that, and so did every game after that.
Fuck.
Yeah, and even though you have infinite inventory space in Dark Souls 1, it can lead to some very, very cluttered inventories, so the bottomless box is kind of useful. And then weapons: dagger, short sword, scimitar, rapier, hand axe, club, reinforced club, spear, short bow, east-west shield, small leather shield, buckler, leather shield, healer shield, and warrior's round shield. Lots of different stuff to accommodate multiple playstyles at the start of the game. Let's see, different kinds of arrows and bolts. I was never a big crossbow fan. I don't think I ever used crossbows enough.
They got better later. Though with the exception of this game, the Avalon was a really good crossbow.
Yeah, the Avalon is a good crossbow in Dark Souls 1, and isn't there also a shield crossbow in this one?
I don't know about that.
No, that's in 2.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're done with him for now.
Thank you kindly.
He says, thank you kindly, but only if you buy something. Okay, now
If you walk away without buying something, he tells you to jump off a cliff.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. If you walk away from people while talking to them, they say different things.
Oh, you again. I hope you've brought plenty of souls.
Yeah, just walk away with this menu open. Oh, he didn't say anything. I guess it takes a couple tries to make it register.
Oh, I hope you...
I think you actually have to
Oh,
go
here we
into
go.
his like shop menu.
What's the matter?
No, he doesn't tell you to jump off a bridge. He just says, "What's the matter?" And then if you
For
talk
me,
it sounds more like the thing that you got is what he says when you stop talking to him without buying anything. Because I've gotten that message before.
yeah, like I was in a shop menu and I backed out and he said, what a waste of time. Go jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
What was that about?
What was that about?
Never mind.
And then if you leave without purchasing anything,
What a waste of time. Go and fall off a cliff.
yeah, go and fall off a cliff. Okay. Now we're gonna come down this way. And there should be a whole gauntlet of weak hollows to fight. It looks like there's... Is there one less hollow than before? Because I remember there being four.
Because I killed one.
Why?
Just because I was waiting for you to finish up with the shopkeeper. So I had some fun luring one of them away up to where the shopkeeper was.
Why did you do that? Come on. That is very unprofessional. Yeah, but these guys are all easy. They're the weakest enemies in the game, but in large numbers they can overwhelm new players very easily. Ah, ladders are so slow.
Tyler being in my hitbox is actually stopping me up on the ladder.
10 throwing knives. Okay, now you can just drop off this edge of the roof and get back to where we just were, where the dragon landed. Or you can try jumping over to there, which a lot of people have incredible difficulty with. Or if you wanted to skip a boss, you could jump down there, land on that little balcony, then land on the ledge across from it, and then land down on the roads below. And if you have enough health, you can skip the first boss and go to the next area. But
It's a very fun skip, yeah.
it's really difficult to do, and I've only achieved it once. And land. Bam. Okay, it looks like there's only Gravelord servant signs in here. Wow, okay. See.
Wow. I just saw it on stream.
And this is a message left by a player. Just, I did it. Great, good for you. You can tell from the token that it's been rated up a lot, because the symbol on the token, the character it displays, differs depending on how many votes up it gets. Like, I think the highest one is a picture of Frampt, who we haven't met yet. This picture is of Domhnall, of Xena, who we will meet later. Okay, don't go down there. This is an area we've been to before, but the stairs are broken. And for some reason, Dark Souls characters can't just, you know, climb. They can't just pull themselves up on things. So, don't fall off any ledge that you can't walk back up.
From what I've noticed, it seems that most invaders and people that you fight or whatever tend to be pretty poor right now. I'm guessing because a lot of new people are playing or whatever.
Yeah. The one... me and Tyler got invaded last night, and that scrub. he was not good.
Well, I imagine there's lots of new people playing the game now. People,
Oh, yeah.
people who got into the series, who 2, 3 or Bloodborne and never played the first one. Well, 1, which is not the first one, but yeah, it's confusing.
It's the first Dark Souls, it's just not the first Soulsborne.
Can we call Demon Souls Dark Souls 0?
Oh, we could.
Call it Episode 0.
Or is Dark Souls Demon Souls 1.5?
Now, the first place I probably should have gone is through this fog wall.
Yeah.
Because there's a bonfire in here.
We should probably disconnect to let you.
Yeah, because I can't go in there. It's a non-PvP area for some reason.
Raspberry home!
Now, the item that they just used to leave my world is called the Black Separation Crystal. I have one too, and I can use it to send phantoms home. And noobs the world over have used it to be gigantic dicks to people. Because in Dark Souls 2, if you get summoned as a white phantom to help somebody else, and you don't fulfill your duty, you don't get any of the rewards for it. So if somebody summons you and makes you help them kill a bunch of enemies or overcome some obstacle, and then just dismisses you, I really wish there was a way to punish them for that. Just message them telling them, what the fuck, dude? You are an asshole. And if you didn't need me anymore, at least let the timer run out.
But no one has any tact anymore.
Signs on the bridge now.
Oh, I need to rest at the bonfire. And...
kindle it.
Yep, gonna kindle it, because this is a new bonfire, so it's only intensity 1. And as soon as it hits intensity 2, Estus Flask goes up to 10. And that is the most that I can do right now, until I decide to start level grinding. So we go outside, and all the enemies are back. So let me just take care of them real quick. Keeping an eye on the crossbow guy. Don't sidestep leap me. Raspberry boy.
Raspberry boy, raspberries.
You can't examine multiple summon signs at the same time.
No, you can't.
I have to wait until you're here before I can touch Kaze's.
Yep.
Oh, that's annoying. There we go. And then summon Kalen.
I'm here. I have brought raspberries.
You have brought nightmares.
Never, ever say that again.
Is that why you were asking about the color of raspberries?
Yes.
Christ.
I'm just glad that the messed up face and body colors can still be done.
Okay, so watch out for the fire bombs falling from above. What the hell? How did you get hurt?
Because I got hit by a fireball.
Not on my screen.
Yeah, it's still a little buggy like that.
Huh.
Asshole tried to pull out an Estus Flask.
Yeah, they do that. Now, this gate here can only be opened from the other side. I think it's a gap between PvP areas anyway, so even if it was open, I wouldn't be able to go through it.
You know what's cool about the face that I made for this character and wearing this chainmail coif? Is how I look like a Thomas the Tank Engine character.
Yeah, and here is a hiding enemy. Just get in here, block, and then kill him. Okay, and here should be a treasure chest. Now, something I want to talk about real quick. Take a good look at these tables. Don't destroy them.
I almost did. I'm happy you said something.
Why do you gotta destroy the tables every time you see them?
Soul Surge.
Well, if you look at the table, you can see that they are completely set. Which means that these were set either before all the people in this town went hollow, or after. So, the people living here probably still do all the things that they used to do when they were alive, just muscle memory, without thinking. Because they're no longer capable of conscious thought. The only reason they continue to fight is because that's what they did in life. It's all muscle memory.
Which I imagine means everyone hollowed around the same time. And the citizens just go about doing their normal thing, but all of the soldiers killed the citizens, which is why there's only soldiers here.
That's possible. Oh, God damn it. I forgot they jumped. But now I want to bring to your attention one of the most famous landmarks in Dark Souls 1. The pile of bricks.
I love the pile of bricks. It's always great to check and be reminded of the wonderful things this pile of bricks has done.
This pile of bricks is proof in the game's world that they were in the middle of building this place when everyone went hollow. So this place is actually relatively new, even though it looks all like vine covered and old and ruinous. If it looks ruinous, it's not because it's old and decrepit, it's because it's mid-construction. There's even logs over here. Well, what do you call these, beams?
There's more bricks here on the ground next to this, so it could have been mid-repair also.
Mid-repair, yeah. But that, alongside the whole tables being set, seems to imply that everybody in this city went hollow at the exact same time. Which, how do you explain that? Isn't it supposed to be an individualistic thing? Everyone goes hollow in their own time?
It could have still been in their own time if we're assuming that some hollows just repeat their same actions like all the time once they hollow.
Down you go. Kicked them off. Yeah. And drop.
I forgot. I can't kick with this. I forgot. Yeah.
Kick with what?
I can't kick with this weapon.
Oh yeah, the scimitar. Yeah, you can't do that with curved swords. Instead, you get a different animation. You attack and then do a backflip.
Do it.
Which also, apparently, you can get onto these now, which I didn't know you could.
What, over here?
Yeah.
You've always been able to.
Didn't know.
Yeah, it's a frequent ambush spot. People will just fall off of that ledge and plunge attack people. There's nothing over there, though. No items, no secrets. Although, I do think, in the original, there was something peculiar over here. Something that someone pointed out. Oh yeah, right over here on the side of this building is a balcony with no doors. It's like, why is it there?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
That is very strange. Did they wall it up after it was built?
No idea.
That's strange. That's a very strange choice.
So how many souls have you got up? Like about 1,000? You could go buy the residence key if you wanted.
I already did.
Oh, you already did. Okay.
And I'm back up to 1275.
Okay. But
Now,
did you have enough to buy the knuckle bone as well, or no?
The dried fingers?
Yeah.
No, those were 2,000.
Okay.
Yeah, but the residence key opens this door, which takes you back here where you can find a chest containing gold pine resin. Which is an item I never really used all that much. It's a consumable item that lets you apply lightning damage to your weapon.
It's super useful against the next boss.
Yeah, but you can only use it on weapons that don't have any other damage types. And you can't use...
Or aren't fancy.
Yeah, or aren't fancy. You can only use it on mundane weapons. Which kind of stinks.
Yeah.
But it keeps you from
overpowering
weapons.
It's super useful against?
What?
Yeah. You know who else is super useful against lightning?
What?
Black Knights.
Oh. Yeah, because there is a Black Knight coming up. If you remember the opening cutscene, Gwyn commanded this huge army of Black Knights. Well, after Gwyn rekindled the first flame after it first started to go out, I forget the exact lore behind it, but I think it caused an explosion that incinerated half of his knights and turned their armor black.
And also corrupted the shit out of it, because it is more than just tinted.
Yeah, because they're actually empty suits of armor. There's no bodies in there. They're just animated suits of armor. They're like ghosts. But they still drop souls. Now, I need you guys to not follow me. I need to...
You can draw him up here?
No, I'm going to sneak up behind him.
Okay.
Because I'm really good at parrying the Greatsword Black Knights. I just need to sneak up behind him.
Well, this one just has the Black Knight sword.
Which is a Greatsword.
Yeah.
And the Black Knight Greatsword is an Ultra Greatsword.
Yeah.
Because... why not?
I don't know. I wonder if they fixed it. Probably not.
I don't think they did, no.
No. Because bro actually dropped his sword for me, which is super hard to get.
Okay, I'm gonna approach this guy now, and he's gonna turn around, and I'm gonna try to parry him.
You could try to get the backstab too.
And I need you guys to be out of the way of the stairs so that I can retreat if I fail.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Here I go. Parry. Bam, there's one. And then I wait for him to stand up. Gonna drink a quick flask. Parry. And bam.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do mess up sometimes, but as long as you're standing right in front of him, he typically does the same attack. He's about half dead now. Come on. Go. Oh, no. Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, time to run. Time to flee.
Yeah, come on up. I'll try taking him on. I'll at least keep him off your back. Hello, asshole. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Okay, come on.
Oh, shit.
Ah, shit. I didn't know he was turning around. I've never actually fought one of these guys with allies before. Okay, and backstab. Which doesn't do as much damage as a riposte, but still does a lot. Okay, go on, finish him off. Oh wait, what?
So no, it's bugging.
He stood up, but he died.
Yeah.
Well, he dropped a Titanite chunk, but he didn't drop his sword, which is what I wanted, because it's my favorite weapon in this game.
Which, I have it, so I can at least show it off if you want.
Okay.
It's unable to wield it, but there it is.
Oh, it's glowing white, but yeah, that's the Black Knight sword. I like it because it's one of the faster greatswords. It's got a decent moveset. I think the heavy attack is a stab. No?
Oh, it's that. Well, two-handed anyway.
What about the regular heavy attack?
I don't have the strength to do it.
Oh, okay.
Which, you need 20 strength and 18 dex for this thing. That's
so
pretty good.
18 dex and 14 strength. Yeah, because only the strength requirement gets reduced if you double hand something. Okay, well, next challenge. You come up these stairs, and before we continue, you'll notice in the railing of the next staircase there's a hole. If you go through that hole, you land on this ledge with nothing on it, and you can roll from that ledge to a balcony down where the Black Knight was, and what you're supposed to do, when this asshole rolls this flaming ball down, you're supposed to go through that hole in the railing in order to escape it, and then get back around that way. But most people just trigger it, and then run back down the stairs. It's easier this way.
Aren't you going to go down and get the blue ring?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about it.
I forgot about that too. I need to go get that. Because I could have that equipped. Ugh.
Yeah, the blue tearstone ring.
I mean, it's one of the worst rings in the game, but still, it's better than nothing.
It's the first ring that most people get their hands on.
In a clutch moment, it can help.
It's a ring. I mean, you know, I don't have any other rings equipped, so I might as well have it. And the blue tearstone ring makes a matching set with the red tearstone ring. Did something just die?
I've been hearing the occasional death noise randomly. I think there's some new bugs that aren't exactly like bad, but they're just present.
Oh, don't go too high, anyone who's ahead of me, because
I know.
Yeah, there's a crystal lizard at the top of the tower.
Yeah. I forgot about it, and Tyler killed it, and it still just gave me the items, which was convenient.
Okay, so blue tearstone ring. I might as well read the descriptions of these rings real quick. See, the rare gem called tearstone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This blue tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. Now that's interesting, because both of the tearstone rings are rings that boost your stats when you're in danger. So, I think it's supposed to say something about the Katarinans. Like people from Katarina. Yeah. And the Ring of Sacrifice. This mystical ring was created in a sacrificial rite of Velka, the goddess of sin. Its wearer would lose nothing upon death, but the ring itself breaks. And I think it's possible to get infinite rings of sacrifice.
Yes.
But it's not very easy to.
I think you can just buy them.
Infinitely?
I think you only buy one.
I think from Oswald you can just buy them.
We'll find out in the future.
Oswald.
Isn't that the name of the pardoner?
Yeah, that's him. I forgot he sold anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, the crystal lizard's inside one of these barrels. There he is. There he goes. Plunge attack. Come on, let's get him.
He's dead.
Yep, Twinkling Titanite
One soul.
Titanite chunk.
One soul. Okay.
Oh, that thing only drives one soul? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Huh. Must be a really low life form then. I guess
So
is.
that's the equivalent to one soul, a small lizard containing mineral.
Well, I guess it is just kind of a regular animal in this world. Now, I do want to talk about crystal lizards real quick and the differences between these ones and the ones in Demon Souls. In Demon Souls, they were fucking stupid. A single crystal lizard could spawn multiple times, depending on like the number of bosses you've killed, and if it escapes, it's gone forever. In this game, each crystal lizard spawns once, and if it escapes, you can make it reappear by resting at the bonfire. Easy and simple. You don't get as many materials from them that way, but that's fine, because you can buy most materials you want later. Okay, boss time. Now you come out to this bridge, and the first thing most people will probably do is walk straight forward. But if you do that, you get shot by archers from up above. So the first thing you should do is climb up here in order to kill the archers. Down you go.
Did that one just fall off the bridge?
I think so. Yeah, and look at this view. Look at all those sun rays in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
This is a point in the game that a lot of people will just kind of stop and take in the sights.
By the way, if you plan on using it, gold pine.
Yeah, this guy is incredibly weak to gold pine.
I know that, but he's not even all that tough.
He's
Yeah.
actually no, he's actually pretty hard. Actually, I've tried multiple times alone. It's actually really difficult.
I beat this guy alone all the time when I play this game.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
I
not
will-
that bad.
Well, you guys are.
Are you going to draw him back for the plunge?
Yeah, for the first part, yeah.
You might want to
Okay.
come up, Tyler. Which, remember, before
I
we
am
do
not
that-
Tyler. I am Raspberry Boy.
Shush.
Well,
Remember, you can't do multiple plunge attacks at once.
Yeah.
So time them right.
yeah, let me do the first plunge. I just want to show them how it's done single player. Real
Okay.
quick, okay?
Well,
So,
that's
you walk
gonna
forward,
That's gonna be kind of risky, but okay.
It'll be fine.
and when you get about here, the Taurus demon shows up and starts chasing you on the bridge. And the epic music starts playing. You run back, and you climb the ladder as quickly as you can. As it approaches, stomp, 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 stomp. Interesting point of note, the weapon it's wielding is the strongest weapon in the game. So,
Yes, it is.
climb up here, and you fall on it, and you attack. And it doesn't do much, but you can do this multiple times since there's a ladder. And if you have other players, then
Oh, mine missed.
you went too early.
Oh, fuck me.
You can roll between his legs too. That's good. There's enough space.
And the
to
bad
do
thing
that.
is, like, you know, the owner of the world can't like heal you anymore, which sucks.
Oh, you can heal yourself, right?
Sure, because you get half the amount of excess you would in your regular world. Yeah. There you go.
Alright, and the Taurus demon is dead. He's
Yep.
not hard, and it's even possible to get him to jump off of the bridge, which results
that's
in an
the-
instant victory.
That's the best one. Is when he falls off the ledge. Yeah.
Yeah, but just like in Demon Souls, if you beat an area's boss, then you become incapable of summoning anyone for it. Which, I don't know why. I guess it's because the only way for... I guess it's so that people don't put their summon sign down hoping to fight bosses, and then they get summoned and there's no boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably to stop trolling like that, and also, it's probably a technique they did to save bandwidth, because then you're not allowing people who aren't needing summons to do summons, which would stress the server needlessly.
Yeah, but in addition to that, beating the boss also removes all PvP elements entirely from the area as well. You can no longer be invaded in those places either.
Yeah, it just means it turns the area into a dick around and do whatever kind of thing.
How long have I been streaming for?
Well, our call's been going for 2.5 hours.
No, I also accidentally hung up on you guys at one point. Like, what does it say on YouTube?
Let me check. It doesn't actually say.
Disasters are gone after the defeat of the Gravelord servant. I should probably talk about that real quick.
Well, you've been streaming for exactly 2 hours.
Really? Only
Yeah.
2 hours?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because you can tell how long it's been going on for just by moving your mouse to the start of the line for the video, and it'll get you.
I just looked. Started streaming 3 hours ago.
Is it 3 hours? Okay.
Yeah,
it only
that
says an
makes
hour.
more sense.
It only says 2 hours on the thing. Okay.
Okay, but I want to talk about the Gravelord Servant Covenant real quick. The Gravelord Covenant is a covenant that you can join pretty early. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I think it has something to do with you leave a sign down and it makes extra enemies appear in other people's worlds, and if they want those enemies to go away, they have to find your sign, summon you, and defeat you in combat. And if you defeat them, you get Eyes of Death, which you can use to gain ranks in your covenant and get rewards. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, but the specifically, whenever you put disasters down in worlds, your sign appears in 3 worlds at once, I believe.
So that multiple people can find you.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, the time has come for us to meet the most popular, most famous, and most beloved NPC in Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Who you can effectively refer to as its mascot. Weakness, light. Charmer ahead.
Yep.
Here he is. This is the guy getting an amiibo made out of him.
Is he really?
Yes, he's getting an amiibo. Yes, he's doing the Praise the Sun about. Yeah.
Soleil.
I am buying that.
Yep. Here we go. Talking to him now.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Soler of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Yeah, talk to him again.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
And say yes.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Say yes again.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
White sign soapstone.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact.
I'm not entirely sure why the.
It's still going.
I didn't know.
Cross the gaps between the worlds and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
And of course, there's the jolly cooperation line, which everyone uses even though it's only said once. And he's also the one who mentions the whole time is convoluted thing and explains what it means. Like, people from different time periods all being together in one place, and being there one moment and not being there the next. Like, Solaire here is one of the characters that's not actually in our universe. Solaire is from another dimension, but once in a while, we can see and interact with him, like this. Just once in a while. Next time we come to this place, he might not be here. Yeah, so, what do you want to say, Tyler?
I don't know why they even bothered hiding the white sign soapstone behind Solaire exactly, because it really is a huge portion of the gameplay, and it's just surprising to me that they would hide it behind him. You know, it's strange.
It is strange, but
yeah.
But you can always just find him and kill him if you want the white sign soapstone, without, you know, having to talk to him, which I don't know what kind of person you'd have to be so against talking to NPCs that you can't just do it for a few seconds to get, you know, half of the game in your hands.
Speedrunner.
But the thing is,
why would a speedrunner need a white sign soapstone?
Yeah, they actually aren't allowed. That would be a separate category. Would be online, and there'd be so much waiting involved. It wouldn't really save any time. You know.
It might save enough time if 2 people can kill a boss faster.
Well, no. Here's what you do. You get a group. How many bosses are in the game?
Really?
Well, okay. There's a lot of them, and I was gonna say, like, you get one person, right, who's super high level. You turn on the password system, and you have a different person waiting at each boss. That way, when you get up to the boss room, you can summon at the start of the area, run down to the bottom, and, you know, get his help to fight the boss with it, just to, like, one-shot most of the bosses, or just do crazy damage to them. That would save a lot of time. Dark Souls Remastered Cooperation, all bosses. No, that's what you could call it. Dark Souls Remastered, Jolly Cooperation, all bosses.
Does it have to be all bosses?
No, we could do just some bosses.
Yeah, the important ones for the speed run.
Yeah, right. But it's a Jolly Cooperation run.
Well, talk to him again.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Grossly incandescent. Like the Sunny D that you pour all over your helmet. That you made yourself, by the way. Yeah, Solaire's outfit is unique. He actually made his armor himself, and he drew that logo. It's like something a little kid would do.
Well, I mean, he's sort of Sans, right? Or Papyrus, sorry. Papyrus.
I don't really get the comparison.
I mean, because Papyrus made his own clothes. He made his own battle armor or whatever, because it was for Halloween costume, remember?
Is that the only comparison you're making?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, then. Okay, it just says the same thing over and over, but now that I have the white sign soapstone, I can go back to the Undead Burg, or the first part of the Undead Burg, lay my sign down, and other people can summon me to help them with the area and with the boss. At least until they beat the boss.
While you were talking to Solaire, I discovered something of utmost importance. My nipples are green.
Spectacular.
But seriously, why is my character's nipples green? I get the chest hair, but why is his nipples the same color?
Tyler.
Yes?
Kaze, you said we've been streaming for 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back. I'm going to open the shortcut to the last bonfire, and we're going to call it there for the day.
Are we really? Okay.
Okay, so this bridge, most people see this bridge, they just kind of run across it, they just see the enemies. They don't notice the scorch marks on the bridge. Mm-hmm. But if you run out and then just run back, it's not really great plan, because then it's just more difficult to cross the bridge, I think. But I'm gonna try it. Anyway.
Well, see, the first flame that he does when he first flies over won't kill you, though, so it actually would be easier to run and take the damage.
And actually, if you're fast enough...
It's too late. It already got me.
Oh.
Okay.
But, anyway. He already killed all of the enemies in the bridge, except for the ones at the very end. But, yeah, they reused this, trope from Demon Souls. Red dragon guarding a bridge. Repeatedly breathes fire on it when you try to cross it. Doesn't care about the people that are on it already. And they don't care about it. All the same tropes. Just the one difference being that you can actually kill this one here. And it's the only place you can kill it. And there's a lot of different things you can do with this dragon, but we're not going to be doing any of them yet. Maybe next time. But the way to handle this is after the first time it shows up, it will only breathe fire on you when you're by the halfway point or closer. So let me just drink a flask. And we'll make a run for the stairs. Also, one very important thing to keep in mind about surviving fire breath. Do not try to block it. If you block it, it will just drain all of your stamina. And then when the fire hits you again, you'll take extra damage and most likely die instantly. It's best to just let it hit you, and you'll fall down to the ground, and you'll be completely invincible during the animation. That's the best way to handle fire breath. Just let it hit you. Anyway, I knocked the ladder down. That makes a shortcut back up to the bridge, back down here to the bonfire. This is a great place to stop the stream.
Okay. Well, then, I don't know how many people showed up, but thank you all for being here regardless.
Yes,
I
thank
really
you.
Appreciate it.
A lot more people showed up than I thought there would be. That being none. I didn't think anyone would show up. I'm glad Keith showed up. I'm surprised Ray showed up. I'm thankful that Fox showed up. And Jusik8, who... I don't know if he's a subscriber. Because not all of my subscribers show up on the list. And I'm not always notified of new subscribers. But thank you all so very much for coming. And tomorrow's Friday, right?
Yeah.
You want to do this again tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I have the most time because I don't have Stu or Matt here until after I pick them up.
Well, we should probably try and limit these to 3 hours a day so that people can catch up on them most easily. So we'll do another 3 hours tomorrow, and I'll do some level grinding between now and then.
Yay.
Sure.
Which, before you end it, do you want to show the grinding method?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, this is just the first of many grinding methods. You come down here to the bonfire, and you climb this long-ass ladder, which I really wish you could sprint up ladders, but that wouldn't be a thing until the next game. And you run up the stairs, as fast as you can in the remaster anyway. Gonna have to get used to this new speed. You step onto the bridge, and you immediately go back down the stairs, and the dragon kills everything on the bridge and gets you exactly 555 souls. Then you come back down, you drop down next to the bonfire, rested it, and do it again. That took me about 40 seconds? 555 souls in 40 seconds. You can get about 1,650 souls in 2 minutes. Just do that for like 10 minutes, you'll have tons of souls. I already have enough to buy the rest of the key items from the Undead Merchant. Adding on to the Taurus Demon's souls, of course. But yeah, this is the first really fast way of getting souls in the beginning of the game. So you can level grind, you can buy all the stuff that you want, like arrows from the merchant. I'm going to be doing a lot of that.
And with the remaster just coming out, obviously grinding on the Taurus theme isn't that hard either.
Oh yeah, I could lay my summon sign down and help other people with the boss. I get a lot of souls that way.
Yeah.
Well, Phantoms only get half the souls from bosses, but still. But yeah, that's it. That is where we're going to stop the stream. thank you all so very much for coming again. This was my very first live stream. I'm surprised it went so well. I thought there would be a lot more hiccups.
That's pretty easy.
Yep, so I guess we'll see you all tomorrow. What time do you guys think we want to start?
About 3 o'clock.
Alright, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. Bye, everyone.